be wondering is, what is it like in the day of an assistant city manager as he drives through his own city? And might I tell you something about this? My wife is sick of it, because all I can see is everything that's wrong. My immediate thing to do is to pick up the phone, and there goes my slide. Pick up the phone, call the graffiti hotline, jump out of my truck, throw a shopping cart in the back of it, go into City Hall, make sure that we have the right policies in place to ensure that we could go to the guy that won't get outside and pick the weeds out of his yard. Why don't we go and talk to the guy over here that's got his truck pulled up onto his lawn, what's supposed to be a lawn that's a bunch of dead junk. That's the kind of stuff that I want you to know that we see, and I know that you see as well. So sorry about the little bit of the frustration there, but I deal with it the same as you. Been in the Valley now for a long time. Been working at the city for over, well, just about 13 years. And it's been one heck of a ride that we've been on. What I want to do is I want to hit on a couple of different things, and my slide's not up there, so here I go. What I'm going to hit on are 4 different ideologies here. One is foundation building. One of the things that I hear constantly from the public is, what the heck are you guys doing? Can't you get anything done? Well, yes, the answer is we can. Second answer is yes, we are. The third answer is not quite there yet. And that's the frustrating part. Oftentimes when government employees are working their tails off to get things in place to ensure that your community is brought up to par and to the place that you want, we have to make sure that we're abiding by the legal guidelines and ensuring that we actually have the teeth to get it done. Because when we roll up to that house of that individual that's neglecting his property, which makes our community look blighted, guess what? We want to make sure that we can take him to the mat. Okay? So bear with us as we move through this. The Hemet Rocks program is one of the programs that we are emphasizing tonight because we feel that it's the tool that you need in order to let us know where the issues are so we can address them. So bear with us. In order to have stability, you need to have a firm foundation. And that's what we're working on, that solid base. The city continues to focus on the basic essence in 2 primary ways. One, through teeth. You heard all the ordinances that Deanna read, and those are a part of the teeth. And we're going to look for more. If you guys know of anything else that needs to be addressed, we need to develop a policy in order to ensure that we can go take care of it and take these folks to the mat. Secondarily, the chief actually mentioned this as well, it's resources. Resources are light, and you know what? That's okay. Government needed to be cut. Government got too bloated, it got too big, and our long-term liabilities were way too heavy. So guess what? You have to be responsible, cut back, and go with what you got. And that's what we're doing. So, thank you. As an administrator, I think resources is the primary thing that we grip onto. And when it comes to budgetary talk, we actually get excited. And it's not that exciting for most, but it is for us. And when you have responsible policymakers who are ensuring that you actually have a balanced budget, go figure. That is a positive thing for your community. And I can reassure you that we actually have a cast here that is willing to make the hard choices, which I've been utterly amazed with, this, particularly over the past 5 years. So be clear on this. We actually have cut, like the mayor had mentioned, from well in the 440s, somewhere in there, close to 450. Now we're down into the 280s. We're still pushing forward, but we did what was necessary and unfortunate, but we did it. So let me talk a little bit more about a couple of other things. We want to look to this community as just that, a community. One of the things that I think we've lost over the years is our sense of community. What is a community supposed to be? Are we supposed to go to work, drive home, close the door, and put our kids to bed and then go to sleep? I think we've lost a little bit of that. I think back in the days that I can remember growing up, people used to know each other. People used to look out for each other. People used to lend a little helping hand. I know this is kind of a philosophical conversation. I want to hopefully cut it off here pretty soon. But I want to get back to that community. And I think that this right here, this tidal wave that's in front of me, is the start of coming back to true community. That we all look out for each other, and that we actually call in when we see something wrong and allow the proper response to take place so that we can get it cleaned up. So I want to thank you for that. Very important. By the way, that means we're looking to you to help us, so it's a little bit of responsibility on your end. I know that we don't like that part of it, but that's just the reality of it. And I hope that's one of the things. That's why I started off with, there's a lack of trust with government. It's because I think government is disparted. It's not a part of the community anymore. We've become our own thing. I hope that today, by looking at the folks that you've been able to see up here speaking, that we can start to create that bond and that trust relationship, because it's essential for us to move forward. Stewardship and resources. Oh, look at that, there they are. Stewardship and resources. Being a good steward, I want to give you a little flavor of your administration. Me, the fellow folks that I work with, we view ourselves as stewards. We don't own this city. We don't own the revenue that you guys generate when you go out and buy gas, when you go out and buy clothes. By the way, thank you for those who shop local. And we don't own that. We are stewards of it. Here's how we see it. This is a treasure that's been given to us, but it's not our treasure. Eventually there's going to be somebody else in a suit that's sweating, and they're going to have to take over and assume the responsibility of ensuring that you guys, the citizens, and me, are taken care of properly. So, I think that stewardship is a primary thing to understand. That that's how we view this, okay? I think that's important for you to know. Along with that comes the dreaded word resources again. The chief mentioned it. He actually put it out there. This is the one thing that I've dreaded to say all night long. And this is the one thing that I know that a lot of people don't want to hear, and I can't blame you. We don't have enough resources to probably put the number of police on the street that you guys hope for, because we're balancing our budget. We've cut everything so much that the bottom line is we are putting overwhelming majority of our funds into public safety, period, priority. But there's a limit to that. You also have to have water, streets, and everything else. We've cut that so much. I just want to reassure you, we have been prodded by this council to ensure that public safety is the priority, and that is exactly what's going on. Are there avenues for you to look at? Yeah, the chief mentioned one of them. Some of the communities that have been successful in achieving a higher level of public safety service, or whatever service their dire needs are in alignment with, is by revenue measure. And people like to call that tax, and that's all it is. But that's not for us to determine as a government. One of the philosophies that I've been batted over the head with is that it's not our job to determine if we need that. We know we do. It's the job of the public to determine if they want to give it. So, there you go. I handed that football off, and that's for you to toss around and to talk amongst each other with. It's the hard truth, but I need to be honest with you about that. So, the last thing that I'd like to say is resolve. Yes, resolve is up there. And this is a short and sweet one for you. This is the trust thing again. If you're a part of the process in building our approach to tackling those issues, the more apt you are to trust in your government. So if you're a part of the effort to get things corrected, then I think that that team relationship is going to prove to be trustworthy. So here's your opportunity. We're here to listen and to help bring our community back to a higher level. We're sick of the same things you're sick of. I'm sick of driving into work and seeing the same fence that's got peeling paint coming off that I want to go grab it. All you have to do is grab a bucket and a thing and do that, and it's cleaned up. I'm sick of it too. So let's get it done. Let's do it right. Be patient and work with us. That's what we're asking. Now, the final thing I want to end with, before we turn it over to the people that actually deserve to speak tonight, and that's you, is with regard to rumors. I love rumors. And they are a beautiful thing that we are here to tell you whether they're right or wrong. I hope that many of you, I know that there's a ton of you in here, probably around 500 I would guess at least. We did 200 flyers, so I know all of you didn't get the flyer. Over half didn't. We did a myth versus fact flyer. I don't want to belabor this issue because it's out there, because we'd rather hear from you. Bottom line is, look at that flyer. You want to talk about Section 8? You got nothing to do with Section 8. It's a program that's run by another organization. The money goes directly from that organization, entity, to the ownership interest of the property. Okay? You want to talk about a billboard in LA that's telling people, inviting people to come to Hemet? Let's talk about that, because we have no idea where it's at. We've looked for it, and we can't find it. In Compton, I've heard that. Actually, we had, I believe, one of our council members that drove around for 2 hours looking at it in Compton. Compton's not that big. So within a 2-hour period, should have been found. So let's talk about those things, because you know what that does? That gets us off track of what actually needs to be done. What an amazing thing. The reality of people spreading rumors and creating a diverse ideology allows us to get off the focus of what we truly want to do. So please, if you have those rumors, give me a call, email me, I'll give you my direct line. You've got it. If you receive my email, it's on my email. Give me a call, I will let you know if the rumor's true or false. Please, we are the public administrators, we can find out if it's true or not, I hope. So with that, what I want to do is turn it back over to the mayor, and I think he wants to hear from you, so thank you.